Ladies and gentlemen, I am yours all the gamers Star Trek Online, and welcome once again to the Tribble Timewarp. It is the 14th of July 2015, and today we're going to be carrying on with the revamped Romulan mystery arc, specifically Shadowplay. Just looking at desperate measures quickly, the replay rewards are reduced skill points and expertise, half effect as per usual, as well as a second shot at the shield arrays from the original playthrough. So if you missed something or just wanted to change your mind, that mission is going to be a good way to pick up a new shield grid. Shadowplay is our mission for today. This mission is going to be fairly important actually, because it gives us access to a lot of double accuracy plasma weapons, in particular dual heavies, beam arrays and a torpedo. Hopefully Cryptic will fix the problem that we spotted back in Empress Sealer, where an Aquarius was able to outrun a high yield plasma, hopefully by just speeding up the plasma torpedoes. Something around about speed 35 or 40 would probably do the trick. But it's also important because this mission effectively replaces Project Nightingale in the old campaign arc. Those of you who watched my old cheap escort video will be aware that I used it, or rather used Project Nightingale, far too many pronouns there, as a way of quickly getting hold of some reasonable weaponry, in particular dual accuracy plasmas. I was a little worried that these were going to be removed from the arc rewards completely. They haven't been. Even if you're not interested in a cheap escort, it's worth noting that these are double accuracy Mark 11s, so they're a good foundation for upgrades. In particular, if you want to go for extra mods by going for quality level upgrades, they're arguably better than fleet weapons, since you have 2 accuracy slots guaranteed, and you're not locked into 2 damage bonuses at the same time. However, let's get on with the mission. So, Takela, the survivor we rescued from Demora Station. Was it Demora Station we raided last time? I would have to go back and check. I have that doesn't feel right, even though it's been less than 24 hours since I went through that mission. However, very interesting information about both the Tal Shar and the new race with which they've allied. Of course, the new race is the Hirogen, so they're not exactly new. Canonically, the Federation's known about the Hirogen since Voyager made contact with Project Pathfinder, which in continuity is a good, 25 years ago? So she wants to go back to Sirene Prime. The colony has remained independent, and they're in a delicate balancing act, which means that someone somehow is going to blow them away. We're going to go to Sirene Prime, investigate, take Takela home, and if we can do a little diplomacy while we're there, so much the better. Okay, as before, mission summary information needs to be added in here, but we have at least got the transwarp button. Cyvalorum block. Actually, you know what? Where is... Cyvalorum. No, you know what? Let's just transwarp it. I'm feeling lazy. Right, Sirene Prime swelled to more than 4.7 million, which is still backwater status, to be perfectly frank. We've got cities with more than that, never mind planets, and the Romulan military has increased its presence on the planet. Yay! Well, we're shortly going to be decreasing it, I suspect. Okay, Shadowplay episode title is correct, and we have got the same... Yep, shield wall blockade that we saw in Project Nightingale. And the warbirds are arming weapons, and Takela wants word. Okay, hi Takela. Takela? Ah, okay, little bit of a continuity pop. I suspect we were meant to get a bit of dialogue there from Takela. Instead, we're being told to just go hail the Romulan vessel. Well, let's tiptoe forward. Let's also get the fighters into space on a guard posture. Not a bad-looking little system, actually. Must have some interesting tidal patterns on this planet, but okay, not for me to comment. Okay, so we have a Romulan Doderidex at 12 o'clock, which is going to be our general contact for the next bit of the mission, and I suspect who we're going to have to blow up. Okay, 5 seconds for the next fighter launch. And yep, this is very Project Nightingale. They've got the defensive grid in place. Just want to see how far up this goes. Yep, it stops at the ecliptic. So, part of me is saying, you know what, that's fine, limitations of the set and all that. Part of me is going, but, space has 3 dimensions, and all the others we want to bring in whenever plot matters demand it. So the IRW Rare, yep, that's from Project Nightingale as well. Launch the second wave of fighters, and then just pull into range. This planet is protected by the Romulan Star Empire. I am returning this citizen to her homeworld. Tell the truth. That's his name. I don't think so, Commander. Yeah, he goes hostile, which I suspect was going to happen anyway. Okay, gravity well out. That just neutralizes the heavy plasmas. And you know what? You want to play with tractor beams as well? That's fine by me. Oh, except they are actually doing a pretty good job of playing with tractors, so engineering team, hazard emitters, generally patch things up. Broadside into the forward shields. And aceton mode away. Okay, tractor repulsors. Okay, the rare went boom this time. That's interesting. Initially, if I remember Project Nightingale correctly, the rare cloaked away and went to get help. However, we are doing things the old-fashioned way with the Romulans. So, enter planetary orbit. But not before looting the place dry. There we go. A bit of easy loot and some hexafluorine gas if you want to nail it quickly. We'll just quickly tap this up, check it is giving hexafluorine. Oh, no, we're out of range. Fine, not a big issue. There's a satellite giving us a nav marker. Are we ready to beam down to the surface? Yes. Now, this is where it should come off the script of Project Nightingale, because Project Nightingale, of course, you're beaming down to rescue some Federation scientists. On this occasion, we're beaming down to check out a Romulan colony world that is being protected by Sailor's forces. And yeah, they've redone the set somewhat. Tequila, thank you, you're welcome. Okay, so we should go talk to a representative from the council. Welcome home. And in fact, they've done quite a nice job of remodelling. Actually, path up. No, I think this is either a different map of what they use for Project Nightingale, or it's a very heavy rework. I think it's a very heavy rework. I'd have to go back and recheck it. But let's go talk to the locals, because we won't have to shoot our way out of these people anyway. And after all, we did just blow up a warbird in orbit. Did they say there's a monster down in the mud? What? Wait, what? Okay, Heartslay with us, but... Okay, so we have some subcommands here, including the Commander triplets. Interesting. Subcommander Commander meets Subcommander Commander, and indeed Subcommander Commander. Right, along with the Romulan envoy. Okay, so we have Republic over there, Empire over there, and the Council in the middle. Right, Sholan True, welcome to return to Kel. Hang on, isn't Kel female? Okay, they're both urging to join. Yes, we met one of the representatives. In orbit, they tried to destroy my ship. Abductions? A number of citizens went missing. Yes, that would be the Elarchi, wouldn't it? Right, let's go... Yep, speak to the Empire and Republic envoys. Now, do we have to speak to all 3 of them? What is your mission here? Speak to the Council. Okay, you have ambitious goals. Yep, that's all 3 of them. Now let's talk over here. I suspect this could be tidied up. The Councillor feels differently, and she's a fool. Right. Okay, well, strictly speaking, I did have a choice, but the other one was to either beam to Kel over to the ship or blow up. However... Right, fine. Looks like this is going to swing one way. Well, let's see how it plays out. Well, what do you think of them? Okay, so we've got 3 options here. Join the Romulan Star Empire. Ha 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 ha. Stay neutral. Okay, well, that's not really helping them. maybe biased, but I think you should join the Republic. And I can't tell you what your colony should do. Follow your heart and your instincts. Okay. This could be taken as either a cop-out or actually the Federation being neutral. So let's go for it. Interesting perspective, and a survivor of Vironat. Let's go talk to him. Vironat, of course, being the colony world that gets visited in the Romulan intro. If you haven't played that, go roll a Romulan. You won't do too badly at all. Relkan, I'm sure you appeared somewhere, but I can't remember you. Yes, he was at Vironat. It was the Tal Shiar and their friends. Travel to Vironat. Okay, so we're basically following up on the Romulan intro. This is basically Romulan intro to Electric Boogaloo, isn't it? It's going to be interesting to come at this with a Romulan stroke Federation character who, of course, was at Vironat, and see how this mission changes, because it's going to look very, very weird. We are, I think, post-campaign merger here. We're after neutral no more. So a Federation-aligned Romulan player would get this mission. I'm going to have to copy my Romulan over to Tribble at some point and rerun this. This could be that could get some interesting script. What's the best word for it? Not errors, but we'll see if the devs have thought of that. Anyhow, to Sirene Prime. However, the Romulan ship's decloaking. Oh, terrific! Yes, I had a role in it. Sorry it didn't work the first time. Do you require assistance? What are they sending? No, we can handle it, but thank you for the offer. Another Dederics. Fine. Launched the fighters, and the Remans did actually leave. Fine, okay. Not that I'm going to regret being arrogant about this. Okay, give me an angle. Shields to power. And then clearing auxiliaries. Right, depth charges away. Boom, 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 boom. Gravity well to pin it, come around for another broadside, and that should finish them off quite nicely. Yoink! There we go. I'm not sure what would have happened if we'd said yes to the Remans, but fair enough. Okay, so cross the shield barrier, because that never ever ends badly. Right, up to impulse and cloak. Oh, and now it's magnesite ore there instead. I'm guessing that's just a random resource node, and we have an immediate option to warp to Vironat. Alright, so at this rate, all we need is the Klingons to show up there as well, and it's going to be the whole trifecta. Right, the Vironat system. What's left of it? No signs of activity. Yes, that's because the Elachi paid it a visit. Okay, so scans the debris. Which I think our Romulan friends actually had a hand in creating. Scan, scan, scan the starship. What's left of it? That's... yeah, that I'm guessing is a character who didn't manage to complete the intro mission. And then just dump from Impulse again, and we have... Elachi? Not sure. Unknown configuration. Yep, this is the mysterious enemy. Of course, I don't think how... yeah, I don't think we quite know who the Elachi are at this point. They're just an unknown ally the Tal Shiar have got. Let's go take a look at Vironat. Detecting vessel. Must have been... it's never a sensor echo. Red alert. Come on. You should know by now, it's never just a sensor echo. Yeah, this is where we're going to see the Federation get involved with the Elachi, which is actually no bad thing. One of my initial criticisms back of Legacy of Romulus was that we never saw much of the Elachi at all outside of the initial Romulan campaign, and that, frankly, that was just a bit of a waste of a very interesting opponent. However, Looks like the Cryptic are going some way to remedy that and tidy the plot threads up a little. Be interesting to see what they do with the Klingon side. If they do anything with the Klingon side. Loady, loady, loady. Yep, and welcome back to Vironat Colony. So, what caused the destruction? Well, actually, the Tal Shiar and, of course, the Alarchi, but we already knew that. Romulan starship specifications, receive a sample for analysis. It got blown up, Jim. And we have got the local Kelids as well. Bug hunting. Come on. Down you go. Down you go. Down you go, little bugs. Right. Done and sorted. Let's keep moving. The battle here must have been massive. Well, it wasn't really a battle as such. It was more of a one-sided massacre. Okay. Yep, they were. They were indeed. Okay, now there's something over here. Bingo. We have a half Alarchied colonist. Okay, plans and weapons, yep. Interesting, take a sample. The Alarchi are mushroom men. That's an interesting discovery. Okay. No, you don't step out of the orbital strike. Thank you, most obliging. Right, done. Right, let's go find tab point number 2. Which should be... No, I think it's this way. Yep, it is. Okay. And zappy. Okay. Up and over, up and over. Now, this was the water processing plant. Now it's just a giant hole in the ground. Okay, scan giant hole in ground. Orbital strike from an unknown energy type. Okay, let's toddle back out. Oh, really? Bugs, 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 bugs. Just not the kind we're interested in. There we go. And then our next stop is going to have to be the beacon over at the other end of the colony, which is inconvenient. Wait, what? Oh, right, the quantum mortars, fine. They're all dead, not an issue. Along we go. Come on. Well, I suppose we've got the Kelids, mostly. Nope, maybe we didn't. Right, come on. Next group. Zappy, zappy, zappy. Fairly standard ground combat. Yoink. Done. Fine. Okay. Beacon. Beacon, beacon, beacon. That isn't Romulan build at all, is it? Collects the evidence. And absolutely don't trigger the massive alien ambush. Get a full scan. They're detecting a subspace threat. Because this is never a good sign. That console over there... Well, I suppose the devs can't predict what order you're going to hit those objectives in, so it's going to end up with you taking a run across the colony 2 times out of 3, but that's still slightly irritating. Okay. Round the corner, find the next wave of bugs. Come on, down you go. Okay, should be a subspace transmission here. Because they wanted... Well, we know what the Alarchi wanted, and I won't spoil that. Right, welcome guest. You have one message from Empress Sailor. Would you like to play it now? Continue recording. Resuming the station. Yes, okay. Right, some unusual... Okay, well that didn't take long, did it? Transport to your ship. Nice of Seller to leave us an answer phone message, but okay, fair enough. Strictly speaking, if I remember correctly, the Vironat colony was covertly refitting starships for the Republic. Okay, it was a scout ship, we drove it off. Bingo, and we have Alarchi already identified, incidentally. I'd be more inclined to use the unknown enemy subtype that they have in the early stages of the Romulan campaign for this point, since I believe at this stage we don't actually know who they are. However, doesn't really matter because they're trying to kill us. Let's just bolster everything up. And then get on with it. Fighters away. And we'll call in Photonic Fleet while we're here. Smidge of overkill, but who cares? Zap, 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 zap. Come on, down you go. Thank you. Alright, so we just hit our first XP and specialization point. Let's take a quick sidetrack. Yeah, it's basically 160,000 XP per spec point. Which means that, yeah, 1.6 million XP for 10 spec points. Yeah, Cryptic might want to rethink that if they're going to expand the specialization system much further. Priority, our allies are and we're being ordered to new Romulan. Ah! Are we going to be coming in on the tail end of the Battle of Molrian? Because if we are, that's actually kind of cool. Rendezvous with battle group in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and of course, at this point, Sean is still commanding the Belfast. Who else have we got? Yes, this is the battle group that jumps in at the third wave of the Battle of Molrian. Oh, this is kind of cool. Of course, the original Tribble incarnation of the Battle of Molrian was nothing but a grindfest, but oh, this could be good. Yoink. Right. Yes! Yes, this is the third wave of the Battle of Molrian. That is kinda cool. Okay, right. Now, if memory serves, you had to simply, take out the Cheshire command ships. Right, well, let's get on with it. Target and destroy. Borg drain out, shields out, turret out. Second wave of fighters is coming round. No, you don't. Reinforce polarity, wait for it, wait for it. That's fine. Second wave of fighters is coming up. Second wave of fighters is away. And sensor scan just as we roll back round. Switch into tanking mode. Fire at will. And close it up for another broadside. Okay. Credit to the devs, this is a very nice touch. I just want to see if... Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Patch things up. Replacement fighters away. What I do want to see is if they are going to be naming the Romulan player's ship, which of course should be present at this fight. or if they're simply going to dummy it out and say, well, actually, it was just an unknown Romulan warbird. So far, I don't see anything marked. They could just use the Layset as a stand-in, of course, but that would require a bit of a retcon. Okay, I don't see anything. I certainly don't see the Dodex that you'd normally expect a Romulan character to deal with. And there goes the command ship. So we should be able to just mop the rest of them up fairly easily. Little squirt of impulse just to bring us into range on the rest. Fire at will. And go. Yoink. We're being held by the Romulan Republic. Sub-Commander Nadell, yep. Okay, Datan wants a word, except that he doesn't. Not now. Datan, do you want to talk? Depart system. Ah, there we go. Greetings, Admiral. I know. Honoured to serve. The day is yours. Okay, so a few things need to be tidied up with the script at this point, but that was, yeah, that was kind of cool. Right, and we've actually just hit the end of the mission, so rather abruptly we've left the whole colony option unfinished. Okay, so we now know who the Elarchi are from information shared. I still think that first engagement over Vironat, they ought to use the unknown frigates. In fact, arguably they ought to be using unknown ship all the way through that, but that would necessitate a second set of NPC types to cover the naming. Right, so let's just pick up a dual plasma beamback for giggles. And that is that. Okay, that's not too shabby. That's a very worthy replacement for Project Nightingale. Of course, I will now have to redo that video, but hey, that's a problem for later. Let's take a quick peek at Taris. Yep, it looks like this is going to be a merger of the Iconian Arc. And finally! We have got a decent weapon console in the Federation campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yusrul, and until next time, farewell.